In this video today, I'm going to show you the exact trade that got me this payout right here. You're looking at it right here. I'm eligible for a payout on Tradeify now. So I'm going to show you the exact trade and exactly how I did it with this brand new strategy that I'm trying out. So going on a trading view, I had a perfect 1, 2, 3 short trade today, right at the top all the way to the bottom. It was just amazing, honestly. It was the perfect setup for me today. So I'm going to go over that right now. But first, I do want to say that I said in the past that I was going to try and learn the order flow strategy. And the past couple days, I have been taking up that challenge and I have been trying to learn that. And I've really fully deep dived into it. So today I was trying it out and I was seeing how it worked with ICT. So in the future, and going forward, I'm going to combine my order flow strategy with my ICT strategy and then take the best possible trades so I have the higher win rate and can win more. So with all that being said, obviously I don't know a lot about order flow now, and I'm sure there is still a lot for me to learn because it's been, a week, if that? I don't know about that. But I'm going to take the initiative to learn it, and hopefully it really helps my win rate jump, because right now I'm sitting at about 60% win rate with an average risk reward of 1.5. So with the order flow strategy, hopefully that boosts my win rate so then I can win even more, and so I know exactly what is going on. So with all that being said, I will be going over that today. And because it's a new strategy, I will be explaining some terms along the way. But for now, at the start of the morning, I am just looking at the ICT and the market structure, price action, and just going from there. But before we start that, I do want to show you the Forex Factory for the news today. At the start of the morning at 7:30 for me, so 8:30 for you guys, we had news. Doesn't really matter. At 8:45, we had red folder news, and at 9:30, we had red folder news. So at 10:30 Eastern, we had the red folder news. So I did not get on the charts until 10:30, and I will mark that out on the chart for you guys. It was right there. So I didn't even get on the charts until that time, and I wasn't even considering taking a trade until 5 minutes after, which was at this candle right here. So with all that being said, going on to the 15-minute time frame, as I was getting on the chart, it broke above these highs, taking that liquidity sweep. And then with that being said, I wanted to see it go lower to these lows and possibly these lows. So nothing crazy marked out for the day, but just targeting lows, having a bearish bias, looking for shorts on the day. Going down to the 1 minute time frame, I am going to start with the ICT bias, and then I'll go to the order flow for so far what I know of it. I'm sure if some of you guys know order flow, you might think I'm a dummy because I'm not getting everything right, but we're trying and just going based off of what I've learned so far. But based off of ICT, we have this liquidity sweep and then a manipulation, but I was not able to get a move lower through these lows. So I wasn't able to make a trade there. So I waited. And then at this point here, we are in equilibrium zone of this move. And then we needed a 3-candle displacement through the series of up-close candle lows, which we easily got there. So then at that point, I entered. And I entered after the candle closed, but I didn't actually get in until about, I believe it was at this point. Yep. And then stops at the equilibrium high and take profit all the way down here. And you might say, what are you talking about? You got a 1 to 3 perfect trade, because it hasn't even hit full TP yet. For this trade, I was risking not a lot. It was about $500 because of my big mistake On Monday, I de-risked down to $500 on my take profit trader, and I really just needed a win ASAP in minimizing the losses. So with all that being said, I had a trailing stop, and I was just trailing the lows. So that's why I finally got stopped out trailing it was at this candle here. I had my stop loss above this close, so at this point, and we'll put it there. So it got stopped out there. And if I move the take profit there, it's a 1 to 3.5 risk to reward ratio, which was perfect for me. And honestly, I should have had my stop loss to the lows right here, and I'll explain that right now. But first off, that I just wanted to go over my take profit trader. I was down to about $2,000 in drawdown left. So because of that, I de-risked because of the stupid mistake that I made, and I lost $2,000 on my take profit trader account on Monday, but I de-risked down to $500 a trade, and I was trying to minimize the losses, so I had the trailing drawdown. I know I said that before, but just wanted to emphasize that. But I do want to say that 1 to 3.5 risk to reward ratio, I did have, it was $1,800 in profit, so it was perfect entry and exact results, exactly what I needed. And with my Tradeify account, I had to stop it out early because of the consistency rule. But as you guys saw earlier, I did get that payout, and I'm eligible for a payout now, which is amazing feeling. And I will be taking that payout right after this video. But the order flow strategy. I'm sorry, I was taking forever talking and explaining what I was going through. So with the order flow strategy, we look at the volume profile indicator a lot, and Tradeify has this as something that you can just put in at any point. So I was looking at the past 5 days. So the past 5 days, last Wednesday, starting before market open last Wednesday to now, we wanted to see the volume profile. And you might be like, if you've never seen this before, you might be like, what are you looking at right now? So basically, this is the volume of all of the trades per tick until 5 days ago until now. And the white versus the blue, the main chunk of trades are taken within 70% of this. And then the white is the rest of the 30%. So the market wants to stay in balance of this big 70%. And these highs that you're seeing here and lows are value area. So this is called a value area low, and this is called a value area high. And this big red line at the middle of it is the POC, or the point of control. And basically the point of control is where the highest amount of volume was traded in that price. So that is marked out here as a big rejection and support and resistance zone. As you can see, it's not a perfect line, but it is a zone for the value area high. My bad. But right here we respected it, right here we respected it, and went lower. So it's just a place for support and resistance. Obviously it's not perfect, but learning the patterns within this is very, very valuable. And then it really helps with just price action and knowing where price goes. So with all that being said, we have a big range of the value area high and lows and point of control, keeping that in mind. So that was the last 5 days. And now seeing that, I'm going down to the past day. So before market open yesterday till now, we have this big balanced volume profile. And what I mean by balance is sometimes the 70% of the bell curve will be up here and the rest of the 30 will be down here, or vice versa. And that is a strong bias for the day. But today it was right in the middle. But because of the ICT rules of this sweep, and because price is balanced and at the highs of the value area high, that means it wants market 70% of the time wants to stay balanced. So with all that being said, it's kind of just going to bounce down to these lows. So I'm going to mark out those lows, which is at this point here. And then we wanted to see a short towards the value area low there, targeting these lows down here. So with that being said, because 70% of the time the market does want to stay in balance, that is where I should have had my take profit at the value area low. And yes, it could have been here. I did want to reach and just go a little bit out of balance for this take profit down here, but obviously the market had different plans. And as you can see right now, the market is respecting this point of control perfectly right here. And looks like there's a lot of volatility happening right now. But I should have had my take profit at the value area low because the market wants to stay in balance. So it's just a good take profit point. So hopefully this volume profile and reading that helps me a lot and can boost my win rate in the end. But that's pretty much all I got for the volume profile and order flow strategy right now. Oh, wow. Last two candles, big move down. But then because of that, we saw the day. We're going to go into the just what's happened so far today. And as you can see, this big curve, how it stops, and then it goes up again barely, and then it goes up again down here. At the lows of the big curve, that is called a low volume node. And those are big rejection or continuation points. It's basically the fair value gap of the order flow strategy. So if I mark that out here, and I marked that out in real time, seeing that price reacted perfectly and came back up. And the main reason that price reacted perfectly is because of the lows right here and the big institutional orders. It had a big candle up, but I wasn't scared and I had my stop below the low volume node high. And thankfully it did respect it and it rebalanced. But also this aligns perfectly with the ICT strategy because what is right here? A big fair value gap. So yes, order flow and ICT align a lot like that. So that's just something to look out for. They are very good strategies, but combining them is the best of both worlds. So that's what I will be doing from now on, is just looking at the volume profile, seeing where the value area high and value area low is, looking for low volume nodes for a potential fair value gap or inverse fair value gap, because with the low volume nodes, they could respect it like a fair value gap, or they could just blow right through it and have it be like an inverse fair value gap where it just completely goes. But it's a big market mover. But with all that being said, I will be using the volume profile and just be going based off of that a lot, along with ICT. And I will be aligning the bias of ICT and order flow. And if the bias does not align between the two, I will not be trading that day. But that's what I have right now. Maybe that will change in the future, but I will do a little bit more research and try to go more in depth with that. And hopefully there's more to it where I can learn more in-depth strategies for it. But that's all I got for right now. So again, I will be using that in the future, the volume profiles along with ICT, and having it align for a higher win rate. That is my main goal. Nothing crazy to learn, just the volume profile per tick, the value area high, value area low, point of control, and low volume nodes. That's it. That's mainly what I'll be using for now. And then there's a couple indicators here and there that I also like to use, but that's something I will talk about in a later video. Also, because it's brand new, I don't know how much I will be using it, but looks like we are about to hit full TP here anyway with this big inspection to the point of control on the daily. But yeah, so just keep that in mind going forward. A little bit longer video for you guys today. But with all that being said, if you guys are new, I do like to put God at the center of our trading journey because we can't do this alone. And he's the biggest just reason that I'm here and that I'm happy in my life. And he has given me purpose. So I like to give all the glory to God as he is the creator of the world too. But with all that being said, we do a verse of the day per trade recap, and just make sure to put God at the center of it. I just have it at the end of the video, just to put him at the center. So with all that being said, the verse of the day is Psalms 27:14, and Psalms 27:14 says, "Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." So what does this mean? Basically, when times are tough, just lean on the Lord and trust in God's plan. So yeah, Psalms 27:14 is the verse of the day. Nothing crazy, pretty straightforward. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Just lean on him and have faith. So yeah, hopefully you guys could learn a lot from that today. But I did finally get a payout for Tradeify, and I made up the buffer again. Not quite to 5,000 for Take Profit Trader, but doing that. But going forward, I'm going to try and implement the order flow strategy, and I'm going to keep learning, keep going, and hopefully get a higher win rate from that going forward. But yeah, I will be implementing that in the next video. Hopefully I can learn a little bit more and share that with you guys. But if you have any questions about everything that I covered today, let me know in the comments below. But finally got a payout. Going to take that out right now out of Tradeify. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next trade recap.